I was just imagining between the people who are orchestrating destruction of property and sabotaging our economy, and those who are working with us to create investment opportunities and investment capital for the people of Kenya. Between those two, I was wondering who is actually rogue.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you watch this channel. I'd like to start this session by appreciating you so much for making this channel grow. If you wish to support us, just subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. So it seems that yesterday, after Raila made that shocking statement when referring to MEG-CHEBUKATI, the true owners of MEG-CHEBUKATI wamejitokeza. This is as far as what Robert Alai has said. Robert Alai took to his Twitter handle and shared two tweets. Tweets that only expose the true owners of MEG-CHEBUKATI, and that only symbolizes that surely MEG-CHEBUKATI was making a speech or a statement in favor of a particular faction. This has been confirmed by the responses from one, Dr. Alfred Mutua, Musalia Mudavadi, there's Susan Kihika, and William Ruto also made a statement. So first, I would like to read to you what Robert Alai said, and then thereafter we shall have some small analysis on this issue, because there are so many other facts which I've stumbled upon relating this matter. So Robert Alai said, "You know that an ambassador is rogue and not fit to be here when she polarizes the country more than the local politicians. MEG-CHEBUKATI should go back to USA and chill while massaging her white hair, which looks like those of rednecks out to destroy an African country." That is the first tweet that Robert Alai shared. And the second tweet, "We wanted to know the owner of the dog, so we kicked the dog, and the owner now came out." CS Mutua defends US Ambassador WHITMAN on election remarks heavily criticized by Raila, says she reserves the right to comment on Kenya's democracy. Okay, that's now the second tweet. In a lengthy tweet, Alfred Mutua responded to the attack on WHITMAN yesterday. So he responded by sharing a lengthy tweet. But before that, the tweet that Robert Alai shared, Robert Alai sent cartoons, cartoons that were simply depicting the current scenario of WHITMAN, because WHITMAN is going to be the talk of the town going forward after Raila Odinga's statements yesterday at the devolution conference. So you check that cartoon. Just look at the cartoon. It's like the owner kicking. You're kicking the dog. That's when you get to know the owner. So Robert Alai says that they had to kick the dog, or in this case, I think they're trying to refer to WHITMAN, so that they could know the true owners of WHITMAN. So, this statement that by Raila Odinga yesterday has brought in so many things on board, like the case of when WHITMAN was with the commissioners, at the BOMAS of Kenya. There's a picture, just check that picture, where WHITMAN is stood there, and it looks to be telling one of the commissioners something there, and you can check Chebukati is just looking on, and then if you check at the back, there is Nyang'aya, who is also in that audience. So this statement by Raila has brought in so many other things. I think the ghost of IEBC elections are also coming to play here, this narrative, because what WHITMAN talked about was electoral related. So because she mentioned things to do with elections, now that's why you find that such footages are coming on board. But let's go to what Alfred Mutua said. Alfred Mutua shared a very lengthy tweet, but it's a very important tweet that we need to go through. So I will take this opportunity to read the tweet so that you can get to up to speed with the goings. So this is what Alfred Mutua said. He started by titling his tweet as "American ambassador spoke the truth and should not be disturbed." The Kenyan government welcomes the forthright and honest comments that the US ambassador made on the positive strides that Kenya has made in the last 1 year. She stated facts and paid tribute to the democratic way our constitutional institutions oversaw a credible electoral process that has set Kenya on a transformative path. An ambassador is a diplomatic representative of his or her nation. We welcome the fact that the ambassador of the United States, with her very strong private sector background, has seen the enormous potential that Kenya under the leadership of President William Ruto has. She has recognized our nation's potential and trajectory and does not require any retribution from any person who loves our country. Her message resonates well with the Kenya Kwanza Economic Empowerment Plan, and we thank her for telling the truth to naysayers, however painful it may be to some people living in denial. We value our development partners, and members of the diplomatic corps should not feel threatened or intimidated by unwarranted threats. If Kenya has a problem with any diplomat or country, it is the work of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Foreign and Diaspora Affairs to summon and seek clarification. It is only the government of Kenya that can seek the recalling of an envoy. As a government, we will work with those attuned to the transformational plan and welcome our partners who can see that Kenya is moving in the right direction. Mbele iko sawa. And that statement ended by Dr. Alfred Mutua, EGH, Cabinet Secretary, Foreign Affairs and Diaspora. So that was the end of that tweet. Long tweet, but that's the end of it. Perhaps what Robert Alai said is true. You kick a dog to know the owners. So Alfred Mutua has come out publicly to assume the role of a owner. We also saw a certain video where William Ruto was addressing, I think, the KCB to Jiajiri kind of a forum. So he was in that forum giving out his press statement. Then he decided to talk about the issue of MEG-CHEBUKATI being called rogue. So the issue here is rogue, the title rogue. So William Ruto posted a statement asking whether between WHITMAN and the people who called WHITMAN rogue, who between the two groups qualifies to be called a rogue, a person. Just check this video.
So I was just imagining between the people who are orchestrating destruction of property and sabotaging our economy, and those who are working with us to create investment opportunities and investment capital for the people of Kenya. Between those two, I was wondering who is actually rogue.
That is another defense from from Kenya Kwanza faction. There is also Musalia Mudavadi, who also shared something. He says the US-Kenya partnership is strong, having been built on years of shared values and interests, strengthening the US-Kenya trade and investment relationship, and further adopting collective steps towards achieving climate-positive growth formed part of our deliberations today. With the US ambassador to Kenya, MEG-CHEBUKATI, at my office, our partnership has also enhanced security, increased prosperity, and improved the lives of Kenyans and Americans, becoming a model for benchmarking by other nations. I think, in a nutshell, what the people of Kenya Kwanza are saying, led by the president, is that MEG-CHEBUKATI sio rogue. But the only thing that they miss, the point they miss here, is very simple. MEG-CHEBUKATI ought not to have expressed thorny issues related to the IEBC election, because that is still regarded as a very emotive issue, just like I said yesterday. It's pretty emotive and thorny issue, and that's why it should not be discussed in that forum. So she ought not to have discussed about the issue in that forum, but could have chosen to talk about bilateral talks, just like what Alfred Mutua talked about. The issue of election should have been left aside because they have refused to only address the issue of audit. MEG-CHEBUKATI ought not to have talked about it, ought to have just skipped that topic and probably talked about very important things related to devolution. So we have seen leaders here, and Susan Kiika also shared something. I mean, this to me appears as if MEG-CHEBUKATI ni member of Kenya Kwanza. I mean, could that be the case? I mean, I'm just thinking that maybe if that is the case, because how comes everybody is now up in arms, trying to defend MEG-CHEBUKATI? Why can't he be left to defend herself, to probably go there, call a press conference and denounce those words which she used, denounce those words which she used, and say that we refrain from talking about ABCD because the issue of electoral, the issue here too. But that picture I shared there regarding MEG-CHEBUKATI at BOMAS, that tells a lot. I mean, what was she talking about with Chebukati? That is the reason why we have this analysis, and I leave that question to you, ladies and gentlemen. You can tell us below the comment section what you think about that discussion. What do you think was being discussed? And what do you think about the aspect or the narrative that Robert Elias brought in, saying that the people, wale ambao the owners, true owners of Whiteman wamejitokeza. Yeah? You kick the dog to know the owner. So, ladies and gentlemen, kindly take 1 second and subscribe to this channel. Just go there, subscribe, and also give this video a like. And to those who have supported this channel, I am forever grateful, and I'm so grateful for your support. Please consider supporting this channel to those who have not subscribed. And also, when you're subscribing, don't forget to hit the notification bell. It's so important so that every time I upload any video, you will always become the first person to get notified. Ladies and gentlemen, stay safe, stay blessed until we catch up again in our next analysis.